and welcome to you all friends. Our today's fifth topic of the life mastery aspect is family and parenting. Right. The family can be the biggest learning ground for all of us. How to utilize, we are going to learn it right today with the 5 points which I am going to tell you ahead in this video. Believe me friends, when Mr. Macaulay, he was a Scottish essayist, he visited India, he said India has the strongest foundation because of 3 systems. The first one was the family system, the second one was the education system, and the third one was the spiritual systems. Yes, today we are going to talk about family and parenting together because both are a wide subject in itself. Only parenting can also be a wide topic, but we are going to see this topic from the life mastery aspect of view for us to self-master ourselves. How can we utilize our family and we utilize us being parents for gaining our own mastery? That we are going to see today. And for this I have brought up very nice 5 points for you all. The first point, it is for you to self-assess or reassess yourself all the while. How can you reassess yourself? Our family consists of what? Our family consists of a husband, a wife and kids, maybe elders. We'll talk about elders later on. But when a husband and wife come together, both we say that opposites attract. They are the mirror images of each other. So how can this help? Basically, whatever qualities you have, the other person doesn't have. And whatever qualities they have, you don't have. So you are exactly two opposites. So the opposites balance in itself. That is the way the nature has created balance. So friends, whatever qualities you don't have, and sometimes if your partner shouts at you or you feel projected, for this you have to watch my video on projection. So whenever you feel projected, you have to internalize within yourself rather than being hurted or rather than thinking. You can just internalize yourself that where it is that you need to take a lesson from this quarrel, a lesson from this situation, a lesson from this event that had happened, without judging, without having any beliefs, without having any perceptions or any different emotions and feelings about it. You can just note down the situation wherever you felt hurt or projected, and then you have to assess yourself that what quality does my husband or my wife carries which I do not have and which I need to work upon. So in that way you will find one quality which you need to work upon for your self-mastery aspect. Also friends, with kids are our mirror, our own genes basically. Husband and wife are mirror images, they are opposites and mirroring each other, and the kids are our genetic inheritance. So whatever qualities we have, our kids are having. Maybe from the mother few qualities, maybe from the father few qualities, but kids are all the while running around here and there, and if suppose in any chance they irritate us or sometimes we get angry, we tend to scold them, just look at their pattern, what pattern they are carrying, and you will find surprised that even you had the same pattern as a child, or still now you carry it today in the form of your patterns or behaviors or beliefs. Beliefs, patterns and behaviors are our childhood memories which we carry in the form of beliefs, and we create certain patterns the way we take our decisions. So for this aspect, whenever there is such incidents with a child, you can just note it down and think for yourself that, oh, which pattern am I carrying, which belief am I carrying, which behavior am I carrying, where do I need to correct, and in that way you can correct your child also. Let me give you an example because this is really hard to understand. Actually I was very frightful as a child, and most of the times I used to get so involved into my activities. Maybe I am drawing, I am painting, or I am watching a TV, or I am studying. I used to get so much involved, like into deep meditation, that I didn't realize any time that I am feeling hungry as a child, or maybe I'm feeling thirsty, I need to go and get some water for me for hours and hours together. And slowly I started developing anxiety for this aspect, and the anxiety turned into fear, and the fear response was a freeze response for me. So I used to get freezed with anxiety whenever I used to have hunger. So as I grew up, like till in my 30s also, whenever I used to feel hungry, I used to get this anxiety and freezing thing. Like I used to feel that all my muscles are freezed and I cannot move. So my son, he has the same situation. He is going through the same situation. He is all the while so deeply involved into any activity he does, and then I have to remind him that Anand, no, this you have to drink water. You are hungry, you just go get some food and take a break. So this is the point basically. And even with my daughter, many of the times I have such incidences. With this you can learn for yourself if you start observing really mindfully and really think that this would help you. Just give it a try, and I'm sure you will find many points for you, and your spouse or husband will find many points for them. So this is the first aspect for you. The second aspect is having acceptance and patience. So now you have to see at which areas you are not ready to accept your partner, or you are not ready to accept your kids the way they are. See, what acceptance can be regarding the way they look. First of all, today in today's era, we want the kids to look over smart. We want our wife or we want our partners to be smart, presentable in front of others. We want them to be slim and trim, not overweight. And then we want everything at a fast pace. We want them to be achieving good grades, good marks everywhere. Then maybe in terms of social media, kids are addicted nowadays most of the times to social media. And this is a thing that we cannot help, because our kids are born with the internet and Google access. So what the thing you can do is you can just accept all these things, give them their own time and space, keeping some boundaries. Yeah, right. So you have to keep boundaries with acceptance. So how acceptance will help? You will accept the good behaviors. Okay, you will accept certain things which cannot be controlled, but you can keep boundaries on what things they see on television. You can control the way they look or the way they carry their weight or their marks. You can just keep some boundaries that, okay, I give you 6 months, do this. You can help them in that. For acceptance also, you have to accept your elders if you have in your family. You have to note down in which area, which point, which situations. Remember, I had told you regarding journaling. So you all have to do journaling at which incidences or situations you are feeling projected or hurt. So you have to just write it down. Basically, acceptance comes with what? When you accept yourself as being imperfect human beings, then you can allow the other people to be imperfect. You can allow your partner, your kids, your parents or elders, or whether you have cousins living with you, your elder brother or elder sister with you, then you can allow them to be imperfect if you allow yourself to be imperfect first. So you have to work on this aspect, second aspect of acceptance and patience within the family. The third aspect is giving quality and quantity time. So it is not only giving the quality and quantity time to your kids, to your partner or to the elder members of the family, but to your own self also. Because most of the times we are so much engrossed into our stressors, into our own beliefs, thoughts, into our emotions, or into the stresses of the profession that we are carrying around, that we are in office for 8-10 hours and we come home with the same stress. So whenever you come home, you leave that outside itself. Be in the very present moment. Enjoy the time you have with your kids, with your family, whether it is a time which you can enjoy or not, whether it is a time where you have to make an effort for the family, whether it is a time where there is some sad moment in the family. Just be in the present moment. Remember friends, happiness is not the ultimate thing. We try and search happiness in the family all the while, but this is a myth. You cannot be happy for all the while, because happiness is momentary. You can have that happiness with the external material things. How can you differentiate happiness from fulfillment? Fulfillment is the essence. Happiness is the external thing which you gain by the external reactions of the partner or the kids which you get by external things around you, by eating homemade good food, or the situation, some partying at home, etc. But fulfillment comes from within, where happiness is not mandatory. Even if the situation is sad, worst, it requires your effort. You are giving that effort, that quality and quantity time to your kids, to your partner. Then you feel fulfilled within, and fulfillment lasts long. Happiness can last only for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours or a day, and then it vanishes. But fulfillment stays lifelong. So this is the very important third aspect of your life, which is the quality and quantity time, which you also have to reflect for yourself, how much time actually in the present moment, being mindful and being patient, you are giving to yourself. The fourth point is being your authentic self. Yes, not masking yourself. You can check my video on self enhancement versus applied meekness. So applied meekness is the thing that you have to gain here. I will share this link at the end of the video. You can just check it out, what self enhancement means and what applied meekness means. You have to be with your own authentic self and presenting to the kids, because in a family you cannot gain respect by shouting, by getting angry, by earning money for them, or by giving your effort and time for them. But you can gain respect from your family members, your partner, your elders and your kids by being your authentic self and by carrying that character ethic within yourself. So you have to build this character ethic first. Secondly, kids are the best followers for us. Basically, the boys usually they look up at the parent as a father figure and then they try to mimic. You must have seen that younger kids or boys, they wear the shirts of their father, the chappals of their father, and they are roaming around. And girls mimic their mothers, and it's a vice versa also. So you have to be very cautious all the while how the way you are behaving, what you are saying, are you doing it by yourself? Suppose for example, if you are saying your kid that don't watch internet so long, don't watch YouTube for so long, and you yourself are watching it, saying that no, it's my work, I'm doing it for work purpose, then kids do not understand this. It is not justifiable basically. It means you are into your double standards, where you are saying one thing for them and then there is another rule for your own self. So you have to be very cautious all the while what you are doing around, because then kids will mimic you. They'll respect you only when you show your character ethic and you do not carry double standards in your behavior. Also, there is one more scientific thing, that we all have mirror neurons. We have mirroring neurons in our brains. So basically, like when we get, you must also have been felt this at some moment, that when you are deeply connected to a person, you automatically try and mirror them, like you try to talk like them or you walk like them, you start behaving like them, and kids carry the most of the mirror neurons within themselves. So all the while they are influenced by us, and you have to be very cautious regarding this. So you have to work on your authenticity as a fourth factor. The fifth factor which you have to work on yourself through this family zone is, the family is a ground for you basically. Your family and kids, you being parents, if you are parents, then you have this family as a learning ground for yourself. So what is the fifth aspect here? Fifth aspect is hurt people hurt people. Yes. If you are getting projected in some way, if you are getting angry unknowingly, or you do not want to get angry, you do not want to say some words, but then you automatically go and behave in a certain way, say some rude words, then you have to understand that you are hurted at some point as a kid. Yes, basically as kids we need the attention of both the parents, like the mother and the father. If we are getting attention from both equally, we are being heard, we are being cared enough, we are being appreciated and unconditionally accepted. These four things if we get, and we also need to remember that these four things we need to give to our kids also as well, so that they do not carry a different attachment styles for them, which I'll tell you just now. So if we do not get all these four things from both the parents, then we develop certain kind of beliefs within us which are unhealthy. We develop some unhealthy attachment style patterns, and then we cannot connect intimately, emotionally when we grow up. You must have seen, I have seen like many of my friends in their 40s, many of my friends in their 30s, still they cannot connect emotionally very well. Basically they cannot, they are very anxious when it comes to a true friendship, and because either the attachment styles, unhelpful attachment styles, these are coming from either of the two parents. Like if if both the parents are unavailable, it could be if only the mother or father is unavailable, or if the mother and father are available only when the child is getting good grades, or only when the child is being appreciated by the society or relatives. Like the parents are saying that you have to study a lot hard, and beta aap na padhai karo, you do nice work, you do good job, you get good grades, and then we'll pay you attention for only those things. And the basic needs like love, care, support, these basic needs are unmet. In that conditions also we develop these unhealthy attachment styles. So there are many unhealthy attachment styles according to our CBT NLP practices. But as a life coach, where I see many of the patients in their 60s also, they are having these attachment style issues, which are actually left away, saying that they have anxiety issues. Most of them are labeled as they have depression and all these things. So we need to take care of this aspect. There are 4 attachment styles basically. One is the secured attachment style, which is a healthy style. The anxious attachment style, the dismissive avoidant attachment style, and the fearful avoidant attachment styles. These are the basic styles basically, and these need to be met one to one. But then you can just start journaling it down, so that at the end of the video, if you have any queries, you can just ask me and I'll try to solve your queries. So friends, do check all these 5 aspects, work on them, work for your own self, work for the family also, work for your kids also, and be fulfilled, not happy. Seek fulfillment, not happiness. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. Stay tuned. Thank you.